Human psychology is very interesting, especially when it comes to stocks. I remember when Tesla stock was reaching all-time highs, like 400, around there was a lot of FOMO in the stock, just like what's going on with Nvidia. There, I said it right, Nvidia. At that time when Tesla stock was going all-time high and just ripping up and up and up, and it just continued to keep going higher and higher, everybody was saying that, man, I wish I bought at like 15 bucks per share or 10 bucks per share or even 50 bucks per share or even 100 bucks per share. Man, I just wish I bought then. Well, here's the thing. The stock is at like, 50, 60, 70% down from its all-time high. The fundamentals are looking better than ever. Full self-driving, all these other things are going crazy well. Energy is going nicely. The company has grown about 4 times compared to 2020 and 2021. So why is everybody becoming bearish again? Why is everybody saying, no, we should not be a bull right now? And this goes back to what I mean by saying human psychology is very interesting. Because we as humans want to be part of success. We don't want to be part of hard times or any fear, uncertainty, doubt. If that rings a bell a little bit, what's going on with Tesla right now. We want to be part of the green, the thing that's going up, the rocketing up, and just say it's going higher tomorrow and the day after. But we don't want to be part of the bad parts of the company or the stock or anything like that. We just want to be part of the good parts. And that's why everyone goes like, oh man, I wish I bought when it was low. But here's the thing though, you didn't know what was going on when it was low. There was a reason why that the stock was low. There's always a reason for the stock to be low until it's not time for it to be low. Look at Nvidia, look at all the other stocks that has gone up on huge rallies because they surprised everyone by quarter, because they didn't listen to the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and instead they looked at the actual business. Guys, what I'm trying to say here is right now it's not the time to be a bear or be bearish on Tesla. And I made a whole list here on X, then you already know what the points and the list is. If you guys aren't following me there, then I don't know what you guys are doing. You should definitely give me a follow there, because I do post a lot of juicy things. But in this video, I'm going to be going over the things that's actually been happening and are going to be happening at least for a 12-month forecast, because some of these things are pretty important and the reason why we shouldn't be bearish at the moment, and instead, not financial advice, but I'm buying as much as I possibly can at the moment. If it goes lower, even better. We're all being distracted with Elon's compensation, the vote, and the FUD continues. The FUD continues to ramp up until June 13th, and I'll probably make a video about that later on. So let's get down to this video, to the points that I'm going to share, because we should not be avoiding this. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. So now is not the time to be bearish on Tesla. Here's what's happening in 12-month forecast. First things first, margins have bottomed. I could say this with confidence that finally, I don't think we're going to be seeing a lower bottom than we did in Q1 of 2024. And the reason why we saw a 5.5% operating margin was because we had only 386,000 deliveries. Tesla did not benefit from economy of scale, but this time around, it looks like that they will be benefiting from economy of scale, because they have been, producing quite a bit of Cybertrucks and just other vehicles as well. Model 3 ramp is coming up as well, the refresh version, and Tesla, obviously, they did lay off some employees. So that helps with the cash flow, with the operating expenses being dampered down as well by a lot, actually. I mean, if they fired 10, 12, 15, or laid off 10, 12, 15,000 employees, that's $300, $400, $500 million just in that quarter, which is a lot of flipping money. 100%. And I do think every quarter is going to keep getting better and better and better with Tesla, with their margins as well, with vehicle sales, everything like that, as we keep going forward into the future. I am well convinced that the worst has been behind us, unless we have some sort of a black swan event, which I have no idea. These things can happen at any time, at any moment. Number 2, China Tesla sales keep growing despite heavy competition. One of the dealers, or one of the Tesla stores in China, had the best sales ever in that week, which is just crazy when you have this much amount of competition going on in China. I mean, the Model Y is still the world's best-selling vehicle, not EV, best-selling vehicle, not EV, vehicle. Imagine the compact car coming out, or the next gen vehicles coming out, which is insane. And talking about the next gen, they're 9 months away. As Elon said in Q1 earnings, is that, hey, no, look, not only are we not canceling it because of all the BS that's been going on, we are in fact making it earlier, coming in early 2025. And early 2025 is literally 9 months from now. So that's going to be really good. A lot of Wall Street analysts are going to like this. And it's also a thing that you shouldn't be getting bearish on, because most likely 9 months time, we're probably going to get some interest rate cuts. So that's really going to help big time. Moving on to FSD, that thing is about to enter China anytime now. As we know, Tesla made a deal with Baidu. So full self-driving should be coming anytime soon in China, and that will increase the take rate, not just in the US now. Now you got China coming in, which will help Tesla with their cash flow, increasing their revenue and profits as well. So this is something to look forward to, which I'm heavily looking forward to. Speaking about FSD software, Tesla is heavily investing into FSD software. Even the CEO of NVIDIA says, NVIDIA, not NVIDIA. Right? We got that. He even says that Tesla is far ahead of everyone else. I mean, when you have this guy come out, the grandfather of AI, right, come out and says that, hey, they're far ahead. We're trying to solve it as well, which I don't think that's NVIDIA's intention to completely solve it. I know they have some simulations that they want to fix or figure out with their FSD, with their full self-driving software and stuff, but it's not as scalable as Tesla's. It's not as good as Tesla's, and it's just not as practical as Tesla's when you already have 6+ million vehicles on the road collecting data, and the thing is actually doing the full self-driving with the latest videos and versions that we are seeing. So him coming out and saying they're far ahead, it's a sheesh moment, and I made a video about it here. You guys can check it out. FSD version 12.4 rolling out, followed later by 12.5 and 12.6. And these guys, every time when these get pushed, they're just like not a little bit better, but a whole lot better. And they're getting, most people are saying based on 12.3, they already, solved autonomy, which is just insane. And you can only imagine what 12.4, 12.5, 12.6. Guys, Tesla is on the verge to complete this. Now, this could finish end of this year, next year, latest by 2026. This thing's a done deal. This FSD thing, full self-driving thing for Tesla, it's a done deal. We're talking about maybe 2-3 years max until we can actually get this thing, Tesla can apply to be level 4, level 5, and get this regulated. In fact, talking about this full self-driving thing, robotaxi to be unveiled on August 8th. So when you put all these things together, guys, how could you be so bearish? It's just hard. I mean, you got full self-driving improving orders of magnitude every time a new update comes out. And then you got the robotaxi unveil. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean August 9th, the day after to do the unveil of robotaxi, you're going to see robotaxis everywhere. They're going to be saying the plan. They're going to be showing what the vehicle looks like. They're going to give a tentative date on when they're going to be starting. And I think they're going to be starting sometime in 2025. But the point is, the robotaxi unveil is it's a bold statement saying that we are ready to do this. And we are ready to unveil it. Once we unveil it, it means it's going to get done. And knowing Tesla, it's going to get done. Question is when? I'm thinking 2025. They would not be pulling a Cybertruck, reveal here where they did in 2019, and then it doesn't come out to 2024. Most likely unveil it now, and then they get it up and running by next year. I think they learned from that mistake with the Cybertruck. Energy sector is ramping up. The second megapack factory to be ramping next year. As you guys saw in Q1, Energy did almost 1.7 billion in revenue, and profits was just $500 million, a little bit less than $500 million, I think 400 million or something. And this is growing. And here's the crazy part. Each megapack factory, guys, can do 4 gigawatts. That means they can do $15 to $16 billion in revenue. If you give that a 20% gross profit, that's over $3 billion in gross profits for each factory. So if you have 2 factories, that's $30 to $32 billion in revenue and gross profits of over $6 billion. Just from energy. That's insane. So this is something to be very bullish about. The Cybertruck ramping up. Just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they were making 200 Cybertrucks a day. Right now, it's most likely more than 200 a day. And this is going to continue ramping up. That thing is not easy to make. That's a sheesh moment for me. The robotaxi set to be launched later this year, although margins are low on that and volume is low. Something to, it's another vehicle added to the line. It's another line added to the vehicle line, right? So this will be part of the Tesla fleet, you can say. Because now they have a high-end sports car that's convertible too, which is a sheesh moment. And the last one here is interest rate cuts are itching closer. Guys, I'm calling it now. I do see at least one interest rate cut later this year. I'm giving this about an 80%. I'm pretty sure about that this is going to happen. Well, at least one interest rate cut by end of this year. And we all know what happens when interest rate gets cut, especially for automakers, or in Tesla's case, the automotive section. We know what happens when interest rates do get cut. demand will go up for vehicles, because right now no one is buying vehicles. No one is really itching vehicles. When interest rates do go down, when the monthly payment gets cheaper, when people can afford a car. Remember, people are delaying the purchase of vehicles. You have to understand this. When in times of high interest rates, people delay it. When interest rates get cut, man, there's gonna be an explosion of car sales, and Tesla's gonna be one of them. And at least in the auto business, that's going to benefit from. I do see them increasing prices when this happens, because demand will go up. Supply and demand, basic economics. And I do expect that once we do get interest rate cuts, Tesla stock will be going up accordingly to that as well, because again, going back to supply and demand, Tesla will sell more vehicles, increase prices, margins will go up just naturally. And at the end, I wrote here, while you're worried about Elon's compensation package, I worry about not having enough Tesla shares. And again, I keep buying Tesla stock whenever I can, because that's what I'm doing. Not financial advice, but I am all in Tesla stock, because the long term of this company, it's going to be a sheesh moment. So that's what I mean, guys. It's not the time to be bearish right now on Tesla stock. It's just not. And give it 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, that once the stock is hitting all-time highs and just keep going and just continue hitting all-time highs, at that time, people are going to look back at today's price and go like, man, why didn't I buy? But didn't know what was going on at this time. The crazy part is when Tesla stock was going to the 400s again, when I was mentioning this earlier in the video, people were wishing that they bought in 2018, 2017, 2019. But do you have any idea what was going on in 2017, 2018, 2019 for Tesla? It was FUD mania. It was just a headache. I wasn't invested at that time, but when I was looking what's going on with Tesla, I'm like, man, take that. Don't take my money. But that was a time to invest. And that's where most people don't want to invest. It's interesting. Human psychology is very interesting, but someone like me who can see the future, who can get past the FUD and look at the core business, I'm telling you guys right now that it's not the time to be bearish on Tesla. That's what I'm going to say. This is not financial advice. This is my thoughts and my belief and my conviction towards Tesla. If you guys dig that, smash that like button. But here's another interesting thing. When will Tesla's Nvidia moment happen? In my opinion, I think it's sooner than we think. I think it could happen within the next 2-3 years. And I made a video about it how right here. Check it out. Y'all won't be disappointed. Guys, get your I Bought the Dip t-shirt or become a channel member. Either want to support this channel, subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.